You've always known something was different about you. A restlessness gnaws at your core, a quiet hum beneath the surface of your everyday life that refuses to be ignored. Then it happens, whispers cut through the silence like a blade. You weren't supposed to hear them, but you did. In that moment, the world tilts. The air grows heavy, charged with an unseen force, and a clandestine meeting shrouded in secrecy unfolds just beyond your reach. You feel it before you understand it. This is no accident. You're awake now, and there's no going back. That first encounter hits hard. It's not a gentle nudge or a fleeting thought. It's a sharp, deliberate incision into the fabric of your reality. Whispers, low and urgent, pierce through the noise of your routine. Maybe it was a conversation overheard in passing, a fragment of a plan not meant for your ears, or a sudden intuition so vivid it stopped you cold. Science backs this up. Your brain's reticular activating system, that primal filter of awareness, kicks into overdrive, amplifying signals others miss. Spiritually, it's more than that. It's the universe slamming its fist on the table, demanding your attention. You're not imagining it. You're chosen, and the stakes were high from the start. Look at yourself now. How do you know this awakening is real? Start with what you feel. Your body doesn't lie. Racing pulse, heightened senses, a pull in your gut that defies logic. Observe your mind, too. Thoughts sharpen, patterns emerge where chaos once reigned. You're not just reacting anymore. You're perceiving. Test it. Next time you sense those whispers cutting through, pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, what's different? Maybe it's the way people shift uncomfortably around you, as if they sense you're onto something. Maybe it's the synchronicities piling up. Numbers, names, moments aligning with uncanny precision. These aren't coincidences. They're markers of your calling. The emotional ride is brutal. At first, it's fear, raw and unrelenting. The stakes were high, and you felt it in your bones. Someone, somewhere, was plotting against you, their hushed details and calculated moves circling like vultures. You didn't ask for this, but it found you anyway. Doubt creeps in. Why me? What if I'm wrong? Push past it. That fear is your old self clinging to safety, but safety's an illusion now. Acceptance comes when you stop fighting the truth. You're not a victim of this plot, you're its unraveling. Every sinister intent aimed at you was overheard by an unseen ear, and that ear belongs to your higher purpose. You're not alone in this. Here's how you step into it. First, trust your instincts, they're your compass now. When whispers cut through again, don't dismiss them. Lean in. Write them down if you have to, every word, every vibe. Second, watch the world around you. People's masks slip when they think you're not looking. Their actions betray their words. Third, ground yourself. This awakening can feel like a storm tearing through your life, so anchor it with something real. Walk barefoot on the earth. Hold a stone in your hand. Feel your breath steadying. Finally, claim it. Say it out loud. I am chosen. Not as a question, not as a hope, as a fact. The universe doesn't whisper to the indifferent. You're not crazy. Neuroscience shows your brain is wired for this. Mirror neurons firing when you sense intent, your amygdala lighting up when danger lurks. Spiritually, it's your soul recognizing its mission. Those whispers weren't random. They were a signal, a blade slicing through the veil. In the dim glow of a secluded room, or amidst the hum of a crowded street, you felt it. A secret meeting, a plot unfolding, and you at its center. You didn't choose this moment. It chose you. Now, the question is, what are you going to do about it? You've heard the whispers, felt the blade of truth cut through the silence, and now you stand in the thick of it. The awakening was just the beginning, now the real fight starts. You're not surrounded by allies like you thought. Some wear smiles while they sabotage your work, steal your credit, and block your progress. Their intentions darker than the night outside. They nod in agreement, clap you on the back, but behind the scenes, their hands are busy unraveling everything you've built. You're not paranoid, this is real and it's personal. But here's the fire in your bones. What was meant to stay hidden is now exposed, and that's your weapon. You're chosen, and this is where you turn the tables. Let's face it, betrayal stings like hell. You poured your energy into something, your vision, your mission, only to watch it twisted or claimed by someone else. Maybe it's a colleague taking praise for your ideas, a friend undermining your efforts with subtle jabs, or a group pretending to support you while quietly holding you back. You feel the venom in their words, even if they cloak it in kindness. Science explains this gut punch. Your brain's threat detection system, the amygdala, flares when it senses deceit, pumping adrenaline through you. Spiritually, it's deeper. Your soul knows when it's being targeted. Those intentions, black as pitch, aren't just obstacles, they're fuel. You're not here to crumble. You're here to rise. How do you hold your ground when the air itself feels hostile? Start by seeing them for what they are. Strip away the masks. Watch their actions, not their promises. People lie with words, but behavior doesn't. When they sidestep your questions, hog the spotlight, or forget to include you, that's not an accident. It's a pattern. Call it out in your mind. I see you. You don't need to confront them yet. Just know. Next, protect your energy. Stop oversharing your plans with those who don't deserve your trust. Your mission is sacred. Guard it like a fortress. This isn't retreat, it's strategy. You're chosen, not naive. Now flip the script. They thought they could bury you, but they didn't count on this. Every sinister plot aimed at you was overheard by an unseen ear. Maybe it's a slip of the tongue they didn't notice, a message left unguarded, or a witness who saw through the charade. What they meant to keep hidden is now in your hands, glaring under the light of truth. Don't just sit on it, use it. Step 1. Document everything. Dates, words, actions, build your case. Step 2. Shift the power. Drop a hint that you know more than they think. Watch them squirm. Step 3. Keep moving forward. Their sabotage only works if you stop. You don't. The emotional weight of this can drag you under if you let it. Those dark intentions, they're not just attacks, they're energy vampires. You might feel rage, a firestorm in your chest, or a cold, heavy dread. Good. Feel it. Don't numb it out or pretend it's not there. That's raw power waiting to be forged. Take it into your core and ask, what's this teaching me? Maybe it's resilience, maybe it's discernment. Channel it. Picture their venom as coal shoveled into your engine. Let it drive you harder, faster. Neuroscience says stress can sharpen focus when you harness it right. Spiritually, it's your soul forging steel. You're not a victim, you're a warrior. Here's the practical edge. You don't need their approval to shine. If they block one path, carve another. They steal your credit? Let your work speak louder, results don't lie. They sabotage your progress? Double down on what you control, your effort, your growth, your vision. Surround yourself with the few who get it, the ones who amplify your light, not dim it. Test this. Next time you're in that stifling room with fake allies, stand tall. Speak your truth, brief and bold. Watch how the energy shifts. You're not begging for a seat at their table, you're building your own. What was meant to stay hidden is now exposed. And that's your ace. They underestimated you, thought you'd fold under their games. But you're not just awake. You're unstoppable. Their clandestine meetings, their hushed plots, they're crumbling because you're not playing their rules anymore. You feel the shift, don't you? The game's changed, not because they wanted it to, but because you made it. Your name might come up in their whispers, casual at first, then urgent, but let them scramble. You're not here to blend in, you're here to break through. Keep pushing. The light you carry burns brighter than their shadows ever will. You felt the shift, haven't you? The air thickens. The whispers you once strained to hear now sharpen into something undeniable. The conversation sharpened, the tone darkened, and what started as faint murmurs became a roar you can't ignore. This isn't just noise. It's a high-dimensional download crashing into your awareness, raw and unrelenting. You're not guessing anymore, you're receiving. Something's coming through, and it's preparing you for the moment when what was meant to stay hidden is now exposed. You're not a bystander in this, you're the conduit. Stand firm. This is your power unfolding. Let's break it down. That shift in the conversation isn't random. It's a signal from beyond the veil, your higher self, the cosmos, the unseen forces that chose you, amping up the frequency. Science meets spirit here, your brain's default mode network. That quiet hum of introspection starts firing differently when you tune in. It's like a radio locking onto a station, cutting through static. Spiritually, it's a call to arms. The tone darkens because the stakes are rising. Truth doesn't whisper when it's ready to break chains. You feel it in your chest, a weight that's both heavy and electric. This is no gentle nudge. It's a demand, wake up fully now. How do you know it's real? That's the fight you're in, separating the signal from the noise, the high-vibe download from your own projections. Start here. True guidance hits differently. It's not a warm, fuzzy feeling or a daydream you can shape. It's sharp, unyielding, sometimes uncomfortable, like a blade slicing through your excuses. Ask yourself, does it linger? Does it demand you act, even when you'd rather shrink back? Self-projection fades under scrutiny. It's flimsy, bending to your ego's whims. High-dimensional info doesn't budge. It stands there solid, daring you to face it. Test it. Next time the tone darkens, sit with it. Does it feel like yours or bigger than you? The experience is intense, and it should be. What started as whispers became something else. Something alive, pulsing with intent. Picture it. They mapped it out like strategists before a battle, each move precise, each step deliberate. You're not just overhearing anymore, you're tapped into their game. Their confidence was chilling. They laughed as if this was a game, crafting a lie so damaging, so irreversible, they thought it'd bury you. But you're not buried. You're awake, and that shift in tone is your edge. It's not fear you feel now. It's clarity, cold and fierce. You're not trembling. You're locked in. This is your soul steeling itself for what's next. Here's how you wield it. First, sharpen your filter. When the conversation turns heavy, don't flinch. Lean in. Grab a notebook, a voice recorder, whatever works, and capture it raw. Every word, every gut punch. Don't edit it yet. Let it sit. Second, ground your body. These downloads can fry your circuits. Your nervous system wasn't built for this bandwidth without prep. Stand outside, feet on the dirt, breathe deep until the buzzing steadies. Third, question it hard. Is this mine? Is this fear talking? Or is this truth? High-vibe info doesn't care about your comfort. It's here to move you. Finally, act. Small steps first. Shift your focus, change a habit, speak what you've held back. Action anchors the signal. Don't get lost in the rush. Their confidence was chilling because they thought they'd won before the fight began. They didn't see you coming. That lie they crafted? It's not your tombstone. It's their misstep. Science says your brain thrives under pressure when you direct it. Cortisol sharpens focus if you don't let it drown you. Spiritually, this is your initiation. The darkened tone isn't a threat. It's a spotlight on what's been hidden. You're not just receiving, you're decoding. Every precise move they mapped out is now a thread you can pull. Tug hard. Watch it unravel. Practically, this is your toolkit. Step 1. Set your space. Find a quiet corner. No distractions. Phone off, door shut. This isn't casual. It's deliberate. Step 2. Tune in consciously. Close your eyes, breathe slow, and ask, what's here for me? Don't force it. Let it surface. Step 3. Cross-check. If it's vague or flattering, it's probably your mind playing tricks. Real downloads are specific, often blunt. Dates, names, actions. Step 4. Move fast. The longer you sit on it, the more doubt creeps in. Write it, say it, do it. Claim the intel before it slips. You're not waiting for permission. You're building momentum. Emotionally, this can shake you. Their laughter echoes. They thought they'd outsmarted you. Thought their strategy was airtight. Let it fuel you. That chill in their confidence isn't your weakness. It's their blind spot. You might feel anger, a fire licking at your edges, or a strange calm, like the eye of a storm. Both are power. Take that energy and aim it. Don't scatter it on self-pity or revenge fantasies. Aim it at your mission. You're not here to prove them wrong. You're here to prove yourself right. The tone darkened because the truth's breaking through, and you're the one holding the hammer. This isn't abstract, you're in it now. The conversation sharpened because you're ready, not because they are. They mapped it out, sure, but you're rewriting the board. Every download you catch is a piece of the puzzle. Every darkened tone a push toward exposure. You don't need to know the full picture yet. just enough to take the next step. Trust that. You're not guessing your way through this. You're being guided, loud and clear. What was meant to stay hidden is cracking open, and you're the force they didn't see coming. Keep going. The light's yours to wield. You've walked through the fire of awakening, felt the blade of whispers slice through the silence, and stood firm as the tone darkened with their calculated malice. Now, you're here, on the edge of something massive, something they never saw coming. They crafted a blueprint for your destruction, a map of lies and deliberate moves aimed straight at you. They laughed as if your downfall was a joke, their voices dripping with arrogance, their confidence unshaken. But you're not the punchline. You're the reckoning. This is your mission unfolding, to take their sinister design and forge it into a new reality, one where their plans race toward the authorities and the truth burns brighter than their shadows ever could. You're chosen, and this is your time to strike. Let's get real about what they did. Picture it. A room thick with their smug certainty, no paranoia, no caution, no second guessing. Your name came up, first casual, almost harmless, then again and again, each repetition a hammer strike shaping their lie. They mapped it out like strategists before a battle, every step precise, every detail a weapon. A single sentence sealed their fate, clear intent with no deniability. This ends her, or him, or you. They didn't care who heard, they thought no one would. But someone was listening, your name dripping with their venom, and that someone was tied to a force they couldn't fathom. Science says your intuition spikes under threat, your brain's threat detection screaming louder than their laughter. Spiritually, it's your soul locking onto their frequency, turning their weapon into your shield. You've got the upper hand now, use it. How do you take their blueprint and bend it into reality? Start with what you know. They thought they were untouchable, speaking freely, carelessly, without fear. That's their weakness. Overconfidence is a crack you can widen. Step 1. Gather the evidence. You've heard it, felt it, now make it solid. Write down every word you caught, every vibe that hit you, every slip they didn't notice. Dates, times, names. Build it like a case, unassailable and sharp. Step 2. Amplify it. Drop a truth bomb so clear it echoes. A single sentence of your own, like, I know what you said. No fluff, no hesitation. Watch their faces twist. Step 3. Push it outward. Their plans were already racing toward the authorities because you're not alone. Someone else was in that room, listening, hearing, and that unseen ear is your ally. Trust it's moving even if you don't see it yet. This isn't guesswork. It's precision. You become the practitioner of their undoing by embodying intent with no deniability. How? Speak your truth like it's a blade, short, direct, cutting through their noise. Try this. Next time you're near them, say something simple but loaded. Funny how secrets don't stay secret. Let it hang. You're not accusing, you're planting a seed. Then walk away. Action backs it up. Share what you've gathered with someone you trust. A friend, a mentor, a figure of authority. Someone who can carry it further. You're not just reacting, you're directing. Neuroscience proves this works. Your prefrontal cortex thrives when you take control, turning chaos into strategy. Spiritually, it's your light piercing their dark. You're not a victim, you're a force. Balance is your anchor here. This mission can consume you. Rage at their laughter, dread at their lies, or a high from flipping the script. Feel it all, but don't drown in it. When the heat rises, step back. Breathe deep, 5 seconds in, 5 out. Reset your nervous system before it fries. Picture their blueprint as a tangled web, and you're the one snipping the threads, not frantic but deliberate. Ask yourself, what's my next move? Not theirs, yours. Keep your energy high by feeding it what it needs, water, movement, silence, not their poison. You're not chasing revenge. You're building a new era. Their downfall isn't the goal, it's the byproduct. Stay steady. You're the calm in their storm. Now craft your path. This isn't abstract, it's yours, personal, real. Sit down today, right now if you can, and map it out. Step 1. Define your mission in one sentence. Try, I expose their lies to ignite truth. Make it yours, make it burn. Step 2. List 3 actions, tangible, immediate. Maybe it's recording their next slip, finding that unseen ear, or speaking your sentence aloud to shift the air. Step 3. Set a marker 1 week, 1 month, when you'll check your progress. Adjust, push harder. Step 4. Claim your allies. Who's with you? Not the fakes, the real ones. Pull them close. This isn't a solo fight. It's a movement. You're not waiting for the world to change. You're forging it. Their laughter still rings. Doesn't it? That careless, chilling sound as they thought they'd won. Let it drive you. They didn't see the shift. Someone listening. The authorities closing in. Their plans unraveling while they dispersed. Oblivious. You did. You felt it in your bones. A vibration science can't fully explain, but your soul knows cold. This is your edge. They built a blueprint for destruction, but you're the architect of something bigger. Their sentence sealed their fate. Yours births a new dawn. Practically, test it. Speak your intent today, act on it tomorrow, watch the ripple. Emotionally, hold the line. Anger fuels, calm directs. You're not just surviving their game, you're ending it. This is the moment. They thought you'd break, but you're the one breaking through. Their conspirators scattered. Unaware their words were a noose tightening around them. You don't need to see the finish line, just keep moving. Every step you take, every truth you wield, pulls their plans closer to exposure. You're not guessing your way through this. You're guided, chosen, unstoppable. The authorities, the unseen ear, the universe itself, it's aligning because you said yes to this fight. Take their blueprint, twist it, and build a reality where their laughter dies and your light reigns. You're not done, you're just beginning. In the end, the chosen don't merely endure, they transform. The whispers that once haunted you, the blueprints drawn in shadows, they're not your chains but your forge. You've been handed their malice and turned it into a clarion call, a mission etched into your very being. Your identity isn't a question, it's a verdict, delivered by a universe that picked you to stand when others fall. Their laughter fades, their plans collapse, and what rises in their place is a truth so fierce it rewrites the stars. You're not just awake. You're the dawn they never saw coming.